I think if she loses, you could do a rematch. More likely than if she wins to do a rematch.
But do you build her up that much to make her
That's
lose?
the thing. She can't lose. That's what I'm saying. Everything's telling me this got to be Mercedes Moné because she can't lose it. But who's next?
Guys, this is Santino Morel, and you're listening to Wrestling Behind the Curtain.
If you're still here, or you just got back, it's your boy, Chance. Wrestling Behind the Curtain. Do Red Kenny's in the building, so you know it's lit. If you're catching us now, because I'm gonna chop it up. If you're catching us now, go back. We did Elimination Chamber review, so if you watch WWE, you might want to go check that out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, join the Discord, get the merch, join the Patreon, do all that good stuff. But I'll let Kenny definitely lead off because New Japan is his thing. Because I watch it sometimes, especially when my Jay White is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Still a zero, but this is definitely his expertise, which you need to go watch his Why You Should Be Watching the series because he does New Japan shit all the time. Check it out. But Kenny, from that point, like my new Lakers, Russell, D'Angelo Russell, you know what I mean? You was snitching, you was a snitch before, so I don't know if I can get past that. But my new Lakers is looking nice.
I don't even want to talk about basketball. The Heat depress me. The East, I'm not doing it. Anyways, this card is actually longer than I thought it was when we talked about it. You mentioned, well, that was in the last video, I guess, technically. But you mentioned our UK homies. They don't got to worry about this too much because that's actually in Cali, not in Japan. I thought it was in Japan. So it's actually going to be tonight, not tomorrow late
It's at
morning.
10. It's at 10.
So, yeah, it's at 10, not 2 a.m. like normal. So it's funny.
That's still gotta be a hard. That's still gotta be a hard car. So do you sleep all day if you can to be ready to go at 10 p.m.?
Well, it depends where they're coming from because a lot of these guys.
10 p.m. then for is it 10 p.m. them or 7?
It's 7 them, but you gotta remember. It's also they're coming from Japan, so they're it's a far distance, but it's not as many time zones to go across for us.
So they're probably sleeping. Okay. I'm just
So
saying.
a lot of airlines, the money these people probably playing. The airlines, they close the windows, you go to sleep when you wake up,
I'm just
whatever
saying,
time it is.
That's gotta be hard to travel with and get
Oh, for sure. Oh, traveling across time zones all the time. Oh, yeah, jet lag got to be crazy. I don't know how these people wrestle and focus. So again, card longer than I thought. 10-match card. We're gonna try to run through it because there's some bangers in here. I'm not gonna lie, because this is all they got. AEW in here. They got Impact. They got CMLL, and of course New Japan. So we're gonna start. JR Kratos, this is a singles match to start off. JR Kratos versus Alex Coughlin. I'm going with the young dude in this match and the next match. I'm going Alex Coughlin. He's a rising star. I think he's mostly New Japan. He's on Strong. I don't know if he's got any other contracts. We're gonna get through that nice and quick. Next match, both these dudes. David Finley, which is
look at that. Kenny, no, I don't know. He don't even want to get let me get a pick in.
We gonna. I know you ain't know those two. Those we gonna get that quick. But you do know this next guy, Bobby Fish versus David Finley. Bobby Fish is like 80 years old, and David Finley is, I believe, 30. So I'm gonna go with the younger dude again because what is Bobby Fish winning this match for? He hasn't been a New Japan regular yet. So
after the way he left AEW and then did all that dumb shit, I don't really care about.
Yeah.
So someone say he should have kept his mouth shut, waiting for Kyle Riley to come back if he does, and they could have worked something out. But I don't know what you was thinking, but yeah, I'm not going with Bobby Fish.
Next one is a 8-man tag team match. It's Mascara Dorada, which is from CMML. Josh Alexander, Adrian Quest, and Rocky Romero, who was one of the Tiger masks at one point for New Japan, which is you don't usually not know. He was Black Tiger, I believe. Usually don't know that. So the fact that we know that he was unmasked at some point, but he's pretty fire. So I'm going with that team. They're going against Kushida, formerly of NXT, Voda Jr., Kevin Knight, and the DKC. So this 8-man tag, nice and quick. You guys think on that one?
My bad. I do not. I was looking at some shit that not Villain, that Goldie responded to. Y'all are wild on Twitter and the shit y'all responding to it early in the morning on the timeline. It is definitely not appropriate, but oh wow, this morning.
I'll check
But
it
no,
out.
I don't. I'm gonna go with your expertise on that one.
Next match is a championship match for the strong openweight championship. Fred Rosser, the first ever champion, he's had it for a while now. Versus Kenta of the Bullet Club, of course. I like Fred Rosser. He is huge. The openweight championship, I'm still not sure what's the point, but again, it's on strong. It's a belt, and it's a nice looking belt, and it's had prestige because that tournament for it was pretty fire. Had a lot of dogs in there. I believe John Moxley was in there. He didn't win, which is always something to me because they love him over there on New Japan Strong. So I think Rosser retains. It's too soon for him to get off the belt, but I do think it's gonna be a good match. If you're gonna check out this card, this is probably around the time I'm gonna turn it on because again, Kenta, fire, and then Fred Rosser. So
who's the guy you just said?
Fred Rosser is the champion. He's a big black dude, and he's on strong. He's been on strong for 6 months, I think.
Is he like their dude now? Like
I think he's like not future, but like he's a rising star in between, like somewhere in between there. He's like,
how long has he had the belt?
I mean, it's his first reign on. Oh, he was on WWE. What's his name? Darren Young, the big black dude. Yeah. So he hasn't been there that long.
You sure it's Darren Young?
That's who he used to be. Yeah, Darren Young. He's been all over the place. Jeez.
Oh, the guy that came out.
Yeah. He's the first openly gay wrestler in WWE. Correct. Yeah. Which is weird because everyone knows Pat Patterson is gay, but he wasn't openly gay. I don't know. Whatever. I guess.
I feel like why would it be Kenta?
Why
wouldn't it be Kenta?
I don't think Kenta needs a run on New Japan Strong. I feel like the dudes who are New Japan stalwarts who are on Strong are only to make sure Strong is like to make sure more people pay attention to it. But Strong is still supposed to be like an American program. It's not really it's for the Japanese dudes who are willing to travel and also like aren't like doing something right now. But again, this is a belt, so maybe Kenta wants it.
I'm gonna go with Kenta.
I mean,
I'm gonna shake it up. I'm gonna go with Kenta. But I do have love for Fred though, aka Darren Young.
Yeah, I do. Next one, Motor City Machine Guns.
You said big dude. Pause. I was thinking Ezekiel Jackson type big.
No,
like Darren Young ain't that big, but pause.
I mean, I am not a big human. Most wrestlers is big compared to me. I got like Hook, and that's about it. But everybody else is me and Ray. We cool. You feel me? That's about. But even then, Ray pretty jacked. So.
No, Ray.
Motor City Machine Guns versus West Coast Wrecking Crew. West Coast Wrecking Crew are the home team, kind of, because this is again in Cali. But Motor City Machine Guns are the current champions, and again, I'm pretty sure they're done with Impact right now. So I don't see why they don't just stay in New Japan and keep holding on to this belt. So I'm gonna say they're gonna retain.
All right, I go with that because they did catch a nice little second win as of late. Because if they ain't watched Impact back in the days, they were that team. They might have been like Young Buckish at that time, like because they were that team. I mean, you had to watch their matches, and then they kind of whatever stepped away for a little bit. Then when they came back, I was thinking like, oh shit, when older people come back, it don't really turn out too good. But they have had an amazing second act, and I'm glad to see that. So I'm gonna go with them retaining.
And in the next one, in a loser leaves New Japan match.
Do you have Samoa Joe?
Yeah, it's a Samoa Joe shirt.
All right.
It's Jay White versus Eddie Kingston. Loser leaves New Japan. If Eddie Kingston,
I thought he already had to lose New Japan.
Well,
he already had to leave.
No, Kingston didn't. That's it's weird. I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. You can't have a leave with New Japan if you already got to leave.
If Kingston the stipulation is supposed to, I guess it's a continuation on the last one, is if Kingston loses, he has to ask permission from Jay White to come back. Which I think is if Jay wins, they're gonna have it to a point where it's gonna be like, oh, I need a secret weapon, who I'm gonna recall. Like if I don't know. I don't see where they're gonna go with this because I mean Eddie isn't around New Japan really that much for it really to matter if he has to leave New Japan. But are you gonna kick Switchblade out of New Japan for Eddie Kingston? No disrespect.
I just can't.
That sounded very disrespectful, but no disrespect. It's Switchblade. Like
I can't see him losing twice. So is that like a stipulation to keep him in? Because you lost one, but you won the
Or
other.
you then you gonna go 50-50, but it was 1-1. You said we said I don't know because it was basically a double or nothing. But again, are you gonna have Jay? I mean, we did talk about what's Jay's next move. We did talk about it after the last New Japan big wrestling show. But this is definitely not where I saw it going, and I don't know.
Well,
Uh,
he did get snubbed at the dirt sheet, so where they said that Triple H likes him, but he likes somebody better than him. So if that is true, and they did say that, I wouldn't want to. If I was Jay White, I'd be like, "Damn, y'all snubbed me already, and I didn't even get there."
that's not a good sign.
But I feel like he has to be AEW bound. WWE sounded cool only because of it's the big machine, but judging by booking, I wouldn't really give it that. Although the pop would probably be crazy. Impact is cool. I'm still not sold on Impact yet, but it's cool. AEW, they do get lost. They do have people get lost in the sauce sometimes, but I feel like he looks better in AEW. Not because where AEW stands, although Tony, I don't know what you was on last night, B. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you was on last night, shouting out, you know what I mean, Ariel like that, but
Um,
I think
I think
AEW better look.
we talk about, especially me, with the way the indies opened back up post pandemic and the way things could have worked. We had a lot of more people working together. Is how it's supposed to work. We're not going back to the way the indies used to be in the 80s and 90s or even before that. But it opened up. But I think I think it's mostly WWE because I really don't know how everyone else's non competes work. But non competes probably one of the biggest things that are getting in the way of. I think if these companies they don't have to work together like hand in hand per se, but also, I mean, booking has been terrible across all companies for various different ways. If everyone had better booking and these dudes could really hop more, this wouldn't be that big of a deal. But we talking about even if Jay goes to AW booking, it's been pretty shaky. See, we say what we want about Impact all the time. Who we were in the group chat. I think in the group chat they asked who was NWA, who was that even for? We don't know who the target audience is for that. Like so many different wrestling. And yes, they have pockets of what's good. We could take it, which is probably a good thing. You take this from this show, take this from that show. But every time a dude leaves now, I'm no longer excited for a dude leaving any company or
Yeah.
a girl. I mean, Mercedes Moné Sasha, that was pretty fire because we ain't seen a woman with that type of star power move across, leave WWE first of all, and then go to New Japan. That's been a long time since that happened. That's why it was so momentous. But if you take that out of it, when people leave companies, the excitement is gone. It's because no one's going to use them right. They're either going to use just as bad as they were last to use, or the roster they're moving to is too full, they're not going to use it all. Because like the guys you just said came back to WWE, we were really excited. Nothing happened. Guys going to AEW, someone getting lost in the sauce. The movement is fire if you're gonna do something, but the booking been shit. How are all the rosters too full? How did it happen? Like this don't make sense.
Yeah.
Too full and no booking. So I mean, I feel like if you're gonna choose somebody to leave, it gotta be Eddie. I know he already lost whatever, but Eddie gotta lose this because New Japan can't afford to lose Switchblade, and Switchblade going to AEW isn't as exciting to me.
Yeah, if you don't, I can see Switchblade is going back, but yeah, he's not. I don't think he's losing to Eddie. Not, I can't see him losing twice. Like he just lost to your boy, and I just can't see him losing twice. So I'm going Switchblade, and that was another long a long one too. But I
I mean,
can't.
that one that's straight. So next, in a 50 rules fight, which is a type of hardcore, well, I'm not gonna look up the rules. There's too many different types of hardcore, and this is probably some old timey thing that even I didn't know about. And I'm pretty much a wrestling historian nerd, so if I never heard about this type of hardcore, it's probably only used once or twice before. But it's Tom Lawler, not Jerry Lawler's son. Pretty sure he's not. Versus Homicide. A dude named Homicide in a hardcore match. I guess I'm gonna take Homicide, but I
That's
mean,
how much. That's how much time for an impact.
yeah.
Well,
From and Tom Lawler's from MLW.
is Tom Lawler like that dude or no?
He was part of Violence Unlimited when he was in Ring of Honor. They were pretty fire. He had a belt in NWA, I believe.
Like I'm asking, like, is it a thing where Homicide is going to put him over, or is it a thing where they pretty much both like viewed the same? Because if they're viewed the same, I'm gonna go Homicide. If it's like a put over type, then I'm gonna go with the other dude.
Well, Tom Tom Lawler had a belt not too long ago, so he doesn't really need someone to put him over. This might just be one of those matches in there to make sure like there's different stuff on the card. I think this is like a upper mid card match that's gimmicked up. So I mean,
I'm looking at him. I'm gonna go with the Homicide.
yeah, I'm gonna go homicide. Next up, Zack Sabre Jr., the New Japan World TV Champion, versus Clark Connors, which is a terrible wrestling name.
That belt is so ugly. And I don't know how y'all did it in Japan because y'all had some fire belts. I don't know who came up with that design of that TV title. That shit is horrible. Clark Connors. Didn't he do it on AEW?
I don't recall.
Is that the guy I'm thinking of?
Clark Connors is. I remember specifically because me and him are the same height. He's 5'6". That's what I remember about Clark Connors. I don't remember where I've seen him though.
Yeah, he did. He have a match at AEW.
Yeah, so it's him versus Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. is the champion. I'm gonna roll with Zack Sabre Jr. keeping the belt, the ugly belt that you aforementioned. It is terrible. I'm not gonna count.
I'm gonna go with Connors because despite Zach being Zach, I feel like he got lost in the sauce. I feel like
that's why they gave him this belt though.
I feel like he was on,
lost in the sauce.
I feel like he was on fire, and then his shit just went out quick. Because I remember, if you know wrestling, you should know Zack Sabre. But if you don't know who Zach is, so you don't watch wrestling like that, he was on fire so much that you had to hear about who Zach was. So I feel like he was on fire, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared. So I wouldn't be mad if the belt switched to Clark, especially because, like I said, it's an ugly belt. So I really want to get off him, but I'm gonna go with Clark.
All right, next up we're going with what should be the main event, but obviously isn't because there's another championship fight after it. It's Kyrie, formerly Kyrie Sane, versus Mercedes Moné, formerly Sasha Banks. Bro, I know all logic tells me Mercedes Moné should win this. They made a big deal. She's came over to New Japan, blah, blah, blah. But New Japan traditionally doesn't do stopover belts. Kyrie Sane has defended this belt one time. That's not a New Japan normal thing to switch it right now. I mean, maybe with one defense, yes, but that they usually do like a Brock Lesnar one defense, meaning it's only one defense, but I done had it 6 months, and we're gonna talk about this 6 months the whole time. I'm gonna appear. We're gonna make it seem like I defended it, even though it's only been one match.
Okay, so question to you before you do your pick.
Yeah,
because you know the people over there. Are there bigger matches other than Kyrie that Mercedes could go?
My other problem. If Mercedes wins this, who's next? I think if she loses, you could do a rematch. More likely than if she wins to do a rematch.
But do you build her up that much to make her?
That's the thing. She can't lose. That's what I'm saying. Everything's telling me this got to be Mercedes Moné because she can't lose it. But who's next? Like then again, we didn't necessarily, leading up to it. Yeah, but if you would have asked us, 3-4 months ago, oh yeah, it's gonna be Kyrie versus Mercedes Moné, ain't nobody was gonna say that. So should we really care about it that much, especially with the woman booking being what it is across all wrestling? Really, we've been trying to point it out, but at this point, we're at a point where it's everybody really.
You know what's interesting is that she had a ship. I think it was Sun Restore or something. She put her versus Mickey.
What are you talking
about? Mercedes.
No, I don't think I saw that one.
She put a picture of her versus Mickey. So was that like a future tease?
We going belt collector? Sasha Banks belt collector would be fire. I don't know why I love this gimmick so much. I've seen it 10,000 times, but it works every time. I don't care.
And I did want her in Bullet Club, but if Jay gone, that's kind of done.
Now I've sold myself on that. on Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks belt collector. Damn, that'd be crazy. But yeah, I'm going Mercedes Moné. I really don't know what's next. I really guess I shouldn't care too much, but
I'm gonna go with Mercedes because I love Mercedes. No shade to Kyrie, but also, like I said, it was such a big build-up to lose. To me, that's like all momentum gone.
And to finish up the card, a match I'm pretty sure I've seen at least 3 times. Then again, that might be my image. is Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP World Champion, Heavyweight Champion, versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Pretty sure I've seen this several times.
Oh yeah, we definitely seen this several times. Like
I'm pretty sure I've seen this
I
both
know
ways.
about this one.
So I don't even remember how long Okada's had the belt this time, but
Well, he just got it from Jay.
yeah, exactly. But I'm assuming I don't remember when that was not G1. What was has it been 2 months? Yeah, about 2 months. This is the beginning of the year. February is halfway through, right? So yeah, Okada's gonna hold on to it for me, I think. So it'd probably be a good match. Hopefully not too long because those two tend to go for 25 to 35-minute bangers, and I'm gonna be tired by this time because this is a long card. It's gonna be 10 o'clock West Coast.
It says Steve got knocked out.
Who?
Tanahashi. The last match he just had. His front
team. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm gonna go look at that. That is wrestling. That's not see the for the people who want that old school wrestling. There you go, knocking each other's teeth out back in old school.
Tanahashi's like the older wrestler, right?
Yeah, Tanahashi's older.
Yeah, I think I already said I think Okada is like New Japan's John Cena. I don't see him losing. I think they gave it to Jay because Jay deserved it, but I think Okada's always been that person.
Okada's basically their new Tanahashi, but better. That might be disrespect. That might be blasphemy. I don't know. No. He's basically they're 9 years apart. And
he was like the younger line, the upcomer.
Yeah. Basically,
it was like a Cena Randy Orton type thing.
That's fair. Yeah,
because they're both good, but they wanted Cena.
And if Cena wasn't around, Randy would probably get a lot more shine because he's. But yeah. Probably also a problem. Only difference is the problem with Randy that's held him back. I think personally is he can't go babyface. It's just it doesn't work. It's to all the biggest stars, even though there's a lot who've been mostly heels, they went babyface at least once to make that heel feel even better. Except Cena, but he's only babyface, and you could call thugonomics. Some people do call that heel, whatever. Don't care.
And injuries.
Yeah, he's had a lot of injuries too. But yeah, he's just not. He was baby. I remember. I don't know when that might have been two.
The only babyface he's been good at is with Riddle.
And even then, he's like a tweener.
And we still wanted him to turn so they can get that match.
Yeah, we were waiting for him to like just destroy Riddle. So that's the end of these two cards. We had got some good wrestling going on today.
Yeah, so, man, we do have some good years. So if you watching, you know what I mean, you want to join the Discord, it's free. Jump up in there, talk to us while Elimination Chamber's on, or if you up there late and you want to watch Battle in the Valley, and we up in there, like no, don't fuck with us. But as always, you know what I mean? Get the merch, join the Discord, subscribe to the channel if you haven't did already. You should have, because it's mad disrespectful if you haven't. But got any parting shots, Kenny?
Make sure y'all check out that why you should be watching. We just uploaded that yesterday. It was probably I think my best one of the month.
I was gonna say the
next one up.
The Booker T one was fire. I was gonna say, and it was longer too because the other three I think they were like some little quick bites. This one was a good 20 minutes. That was a banger. Yeah. So,
we're gonna have some more coming soon. We have a lot of things in the works. Y'all check out the Geek Out channel. Even my football season is over, so I'm definitely deciding this would be the time to revamp my Go for Two channel. I'm gonna be trying to do some more there, but obviously that comes with after I do more here. So we're gonna keep working. We got a lot of nerd stuff coming out, so Geeked Out should be fire too. The group chat is alive and well, so that's probably a good sign.
Yeah. We are writing a new comic strip for Geeked Out. We got our own little comic series going on. We're 12 chapters in. Shout out JJ. We up in there. We doing our thing.
Writers Room Tuesday. I'll slide if it's Tuesday.
Writers Room. We here. That's on the Patreon only though. You can only watch those on the Patreon. So another reason to join the Patreon. If you want to join the Patreon for that, make sure you hit the Writers Room Patreon for that one. Other than that, get the merch, like I said, join Discord, do all the good stuff. Wrestling is fun right now. A lot of wrestling to be watched. Wrestling is a great time for us right now. So
that's another thing that reminded me because I went to a Super Bowl party and saw a lot of my friends, some of them from high school, and a lot of people still don't know that I do YouTube, whether it be this channel or the other one. So I'm probably gonna be dropping a little tiny intro video to just reintroduce myself. So when you get in the channel, you're like, oh, who's this dude? What do you know about wrestling? Well, I'm listening to him because what's his credibility? You might not want to care about what I gotta say, but if I tell you where I come from, what I know about wrestling, why I know about wrestling, maybe you take what I gotta say a little bit more serious and definitely check out those videos.
I hope you tell all those people to subscribe, son. You know what I mean?
Oh hell yeah.
But
Going around. Hey, look, there it is. Click the button. There you
yeah,
go.
it's just kind of got a little more time, as he said, because football season over. And we might got a lot more, like a video I do want to do. You know what I'm saying? Do this real quick for y'all before we leave. Is why isn't Dolph Ziggler talked about more when he's a 2-time Grand Slam champion?
Oh, this you posted something like that.
2-time Grand Slam champion, and he ain't even really talked about. Mad disrespectful. Mad disrespectful. So I do want to do a video about Dolph.
I mean, I think I know why, but we could actually do a video.
Is it the Cena thing?
No, well, that's part of it. I think also the Sean tag.
He
Sean tag murdered him too. Those two things do not go well together. The Cena thing that happened and being the next Sean, the closest thing to Sean, whichever way you want to call it. That's a hard title to carry.
I mean, he was coming for
him.
Bella. He was coming for Nikki Bella during John.
No, 100%. I'm just saying, like those two things together.
Man said he did not care. If you watch Total Divas, man said he did not care. He's like, I don't give a shit about John. so I get it. But like I said, we love wrestling. Hope y'all do too. I posted something for y'all to ask questions, but y'all didn't get back to me quick enough like y'all usually do. So y'all wait till after we air it, and then y'all ask questions. But it's too late then. But if you want to have future questions on here, hit us on the Twitter. Someone's Chance WBTC. You know what I mean? Kenzo the Great is the THA. You know what I mean? But be yourself.